Wow guys, Switzerland and Austria dropped all COVID-19 restrictions. Sana all. While Vietnam eyes full reopening next month. Same with Taiwan. Taiwan is receiving a lot of pressure for reopening. They may reopen but still require quarantine. While I have received a lot of messages from our kababayans who booked their flights with EVA Air, those with layover in Taiwan, guys, I don't really recommend buying flights with EVA Air. They've had this transfer ban or layover ban for many months and they just keep extending it. So if you can, guys, avoid booking flights with layover in Taiwan. Unless they reopen, then I think they will just keep on putting restrictions, travel bans, ganun. While Australia will reopen on February 21, wow, no. At least nauna ang Pilipinas. While if you guys want to travel to Singapore, Singapore will soon accept fully vaccinated Filipino tourists. Starting March 4, we will be included in their vaccinated travel lane. No, along with Israel, very cheap, guys. Manila to Singapore flights with Jetstar, with Cebu Pacific are very cheap. Now, if you want to go to Singapore after the Philippines, go. Singapore Airlines also have cheap flights to other countries, to the US, I heard. While in Canada, it was great news the other day that starting February 28, Canadians go, so travelers going to Canada, you can opt to use antigen tests instead of RT-PCR. Antigen test is much cheaper, no more convenient talaga. The results can be released within 30 minutes. Unlike with RT-PCR, if you want result within 6 hours, you may have to pay 4,000, diba? Or 3,000. Mahal. RT-PCR is expensive. Antigen test is really cheaper. Mga 600 pesos lang. So travelers to Canada may opt to use a professionally administered COVID-19 rapid antigen test taken the day before their scheduled flight. O parang sa US, 24 hours a day before your flight. Pwede na yung antigen test. Sana all. We're hoping that the Philippines can also move in that direction very soon. RT-PCR test is expensive. Mahirap hanapin kung within 48 hours. Antigen test, as I mentioned, much cheaper, much convenient. The vaccination rate in the Philippines is more than 55% of the population na. Malapit na tayong ma-achieve ang 70%. Sana man lang, gawin na lang antigen test, diba? Sana all Canada. While other local destinations are also dropping their negative test result requirement for fully vaccinated like Bacolod, Iloilo City, yan, more destinations in the country, guys, are open. Well, can you imagine a maskless Philippines where we don't have to wear face masks when we go outside? What a dream. Right now, everywhere you go, you need to wear face mask. Even if you're wearing a helmet, you need to wear a face mask. But the DOH said maybe by the end of this year, face masks may go by end of 2022 if COVID-19 becomes endemic. According to the Department of Health Undersecretary Maria Vergeire, I think by the end of the year, hopefully, if cases will continue to drop and manageable na siya already, we reach that endemic state and we are all hoping for maybe mask will go. But definitely, mask will be the last one to go. If you're not used to wearing masks because your countries have lifted that requirement for a long time, if you're coming here, just get used to it. I find that wearing a face mask, I always have my lanyard, like it's like a necklace. Looks like this, it's very convenient because like when I'm eating, I can just put it down. And I don't lose my face mask. So I recommend you guys buy one. Lalang, share ko lang one of the things I learned living here during the pandemic. Alert level 1 is the goal. It may be possible next month. In alert level 1, karaoke bars may even operate at full capacity and makakaraoke na tayo. And then licensure exams, meetings, social events, parties, contact sports, yan full capacity and allowed. That's the best. Hopefully, sa mga uuwi sa March, you will experience the alert level 1. That's the best for our economy to recover, to move forward na. Anyways, these are the completed list of countries in which the Philippine government has a reciprocal agreement with. So if you're vaccinated in any of these countries, you're a foreign tourist, your vaccination proof will be accepted. If your country is not on this list, please secure an international birth certificate of vaccination, a WHO ICV. One Filipina shared this to us. She inquired with the Bureau of Immigration's Facebook page asking about countries with reciprocal agreement, and this was the reply of the immigration. It includes EU countries. It has more countries than what is actually posted publicly. So I'm still confirming this information. Hopefully this is correct. I will let you know if I get the information from immigration. You can also help me by messaging them. Baka mauna pa sila mag-message sa inyo. Anyways, on the unvaccinated foreign tourist, Governor Gwen, she indeed the smart lady. I think she wants to outsmart IATF. She said that Cebu will still implement its policy on foreign arrivals despite concerns raised by the national government. Governor Gwen of the Cebu province recently released an executive order stating that they will accept unvaccinated foreign tourists, but they will have to quarantine upon arrival for 6 days in a hotel. Get tested on the 5th day. The Department of Health, the Department of Interior and Local Government, the national government is opposing, telling Cebu government you have to follow the IATF protocols, the national policy. But Governor Gwen said, I have acted accordingly. I'm not the one allowing unvaccinated tourists into the Philippines. It's the IATF. If you are unvaccinated, then you have to be quarantined for 5 days. So it's not me that's allowing, it's the IATF. That's the trouble of not reading and studying. Well, Governor Gwen has a point. If you go back to the latest IATF Resolution 160-D, this entails the testing and quarantine protocols, arrival protocols for foreign nationals, and it states there that for non-compliance of the requirements, that includes vaccination proof, you will end up in quarantine for 5 days. She has a point. That is a loophole in their IATF Resolution 160-D. However, let's say you booked your flight, you are unvaccinated, and you plan to not comply with the requirement of vaccination proof. The problem is, upon check-in at your airlines, they will ask for the vaccination proof. And no vaccination proof, they will not be allowed to board the flight. They will not be issued a boarding pass. So at the end of the day, airlines will also follow the national policy. Therefore, if you have no vaccination proof, you cannot board a flight, then you cannot travel. Because airlines know of IATF protocols. They know the requirements. Immigration issued a warning to them that they need to check the conditions and requirements the foreign nationals have. So yun, even if Cebu will say yes, but if your airlines will say no, how can you come? Well, visa extension, should I really talk about it still? 100% you can extend your visa, no question. This was a reply by the Bureau of Immigration. Hello, provided you have complied all the protocols set forth by the IATF when you arrive, you may apply for an extension. There you go. You can extend, no question. While the Bureau of Immigration warns foreign nationals of scammers posing as relatives, friends of immigration officials. No fixers who want to fix your visa. In one recent case, a scammer was able to get 200,000 pesos from their victims. Victim may not be the word. Why would they avail a fixer? If you want immigration services, then go to the Bureau of Immigration office. If you want assistance for immigration processing, then contact a travel agency accredited by the immigration. It's all in the website. I'll put it in the description box, guys. So when you need immigration services, you can check in their website that this agency is indeed accredited. They are not scammers. This is all for today, guys. We're moving in the right direction. Hopefully, it will continue. Hopefully, alert level 1 we can achieve by next month. Just follow and respect the rule of the country. Some protocols may be ridiculous, pero at the end of the day, especially if you're a foreign national, just respect po. Yeah. This is all for today po. I will let you know if there's any changes, if there's anything you need to know. God bless you and stay safe. Bye!